In this video, we're going to look at section 1.3, Los pronombres sujetos y el verbo ser, from pages 19 to 21. So the subject pronouns are very important in Spanish, right? They're frequently used. We're just going to go over them very quickly. We did go over this in class as well. Yo means I. Tú is you, familiar or impersonal, informal. Usted is you, formal. Él, he. Ella, she. Nosotros, for we, masculine. Nosotras, we, feminine. Vosotros, you. I like to think of it as y'all, you all, meaning plural. So y'all, masculine, familiar, informal. Y vosotras, y'all, feminine, also familiar, informal. Ustedes is you all, formal. Ellos, they, masculine, and ellas, they, feminine. Do know that Spanish has two subject pronouns that mean you. There's a system of power that exists between them called registro. Registro. And so you should use tú when addressing a friend, a family member, or a child that you know well. For example, with me, I would allow you to use tú. And I like to use tú back with people. To me, it expresses familiarity and the notion that we're all the same, on the same page, right? But you should use usted to address a person with whom you have a formal or more distant relationship, such as a superior at work. This does say a professor. Generally speaking, you'd use usted with professors, or an older person. Also, perhaps someone like the president or a king or queen. Now, for tú, it is important to notice that there's accent mark on the word tú that means you. Tú without an accent mark means your, as in your book, tu libro. There's no pronunciation difference between the two. It's merely written, so pay attention to that. So for example, here we have tú eres de Canadá, ¿verdad, David? You are from Canada, right, David? And for usted, usted es la profesora de español. Are you the Spanish professor? And do know that usted came from the words vuestra merced, which means your majesty. So it kind of indicates, as the text says, a more distant relationship, more formality, and also shows a sign of respect. With unknown people, you should use usted, generally speaking. Latin American Spanish, and especially Mexico Spanish, uses usted much more frequently, especially when someone is unknown to you. In Spain, they use tú all the time, so they're very informal there, more relaxed. They might use usted with the king or queen. Do know the masculine plural forms nosotros, vosotros, and ellos refer to a group of males or a group of mixed males and females. The feminine plural, nosotras, vosotras, and ellas, can refer only to a group made up exclusively of females. So for the present tense of ser, ser is a ubiquitous verb in both Spanish and English. And there are two words to be in Spanish as well. So like I said, the first one is ser. We'll be going over the next one in the next chapter. Ser is highly irregular because it's so frequently used. The forms have become quite irregular. And they are yo soy, tú eres, él, usted es, nosotros somos, vosotros sois, ustedes, ellos, ellas son. So a few of the uses of ser. There are more in this book, but the one that I like to use is doctor. The D stands for descripción, O es origen, C característica, usually permanent characteristic, tiempo, ocupación, and relación. For an example on each of these, descripción. El libro es caro. The book is expensive. Origen. Soy de Texas. I'm from Texas. Característica. Yo soy alto. I am tall. Tiempo. Es la una o son las dos. We'll be going over this in the next video. Ocupación. Yo soy profesor. Vosotros sois estudiantes, ¿no? Y relación. Ella es mi madre. Él es mi padre. A few of the other uses of ser, according to the book, are to identify people and things. Por ejemplo, ¿quién es él? Who is he? Es Felipe Díaz Velázquez. He's Felipe Díaz Velázquez. Or ¿qué es? What is it? Es un mapa de España. It's a map of Spain. Origen. As we said before, ser uses the preposition de to express origin. ¿De dónde eres? Yo soy de Wisconsin. ¿De dónde es Juan Carlos? Es de Argentina. ¿De dónde es usted? Yo soy de Cuba. ¿De dónde es Maru? Es de Costa Rica. Literally meaning she's from Costa Rica. Ocupación, of course. Don Francisco es conductor, or yo soy estudiante. Do note here that there's a difference between English and Spanish on ocupación. You'll say, I'm a student, or he is a professor. But in Spanish, they don't use the indefinite article after ser when referring to professions, unless accompanied by an adjective or other description. Por ejemplo, Marta es profesora, or Marta es una profesora excelente. También hay posesión. Ser also expresses possession when used with the preposition de. There is no Spanish equivalent of the English construction noun plus apostrophe s, as I said in class. English is the only one with that construction. In its place, Spanish uses noun plus de plus owner to express possession. For example, ¿de quién es? ¿De quién es? Whose is it? Es el diario de Maru. It is the journal of Maru, or diary, I suppose. It is Maru's diary, no? O de quién son? Who are they? Whose are they? Excuse me. Son los lápices de la chica. They're the girl's pencils. They're the pencils of the girl, literally, no? Another thing to note is that when de is followed by the article el, the two combine to conform the traction del. It's for pronunciation reasons, but it has become a grammatical construct. So you should never ever write de plus el as two separate words. They become one. Por ejemplo, es la computadora del conductor, or son las maletas del chico. Do note that de does not contract with la, las, or los.